problem is, I think I'm going to start loving this. Bottle is the second single from my up-and-coming Dark Society album. And we decided that with this we wanted to do a music video because I just think putting out a music video is great, not only as a creative tool, but also as a marketing tool to sort of get your product in front of people. With so many people releasing music, I just thought, let's do a music video. Releasing a music video brings a lot of challenges to it because it's not only the music and the complexity of releasing a record, which is so much work, as you know. I'm very proud of what we did here. I just think, when I saw the final music video come back, my mind was absolutely blown. And it's like with all these things, you have an idea in your head, but to try and realize it and to try and get that idea to manifest in a way that is congruent with what's in your head is often very, very difficult. And there's often a compromise, but this is where I've got to take my hat off and give a shout out to Akos, because he did fabulous work. He's such a kind, such a kind guy. He had a smile on his face all the time. He just a really very thoughtful and very calm, because it was very stressful for me doing this. I don't think I'd realized how much work was involved. And indeed, when I sent Akos the script, a couple of weeks before, we had to fly him from Hungary, which was another drama with coronavirus and everything. But Akos was very concerned when I sent him the script, because he looked at this and he said, we're going to need 3 days to film this. This is very in-depth. And I said to Akos, you've got 1 day. You've got 1 day to do this. So, we effectively did this. The bulk of this was done in 1 day. We filmed it in a local pub here called the Ship and Whale. And I want to make a special shout out to Basha and Lucas, who they closed the pub the whole day for us, and that really, really helped us. Such great people, wonderful pub, great food. You should check them out. And I don't think I realized at the time, because I knew it was going to be difficult. It was a lot of fun, but at the moment, whilst we were filming, the challenge of directing it and acting it. I'm not an actor. I've never studied drama or anything like that, but the video came out really well, and I just think it's because in my mind I had lived this so many times with that song, and I think it was such a sense of satisfaction when I saw it for the first time. I was just so proud of it, and it was great seeing all the characters in the video. I used, everyone in the video is someone I know. They're either a Vaughty fan or fans of the Vaughn George Facebook group, or members, and it was just it's so satisfying watching that video back. For instance, when I see people like Lloyd, who's one of my admins of my Facebook group, playing the role of the bartender. There's also Andy Marlowe, my producer that's working with me, my mix engineer that's working with me on this album, is seeing him sitting at the bar. And one of the most hilarious parts was seeing Andy McNabb, who's one of the kindest people I know. Andy McNabb and Mark Wibro, they run the Electronic Cafe YouTube channel and Facebook group, and so I thought it would be great to get them, to have play cameo roles on this. And the funny scene was seeing Andy punch me at the end. Now, anyone watching the video would hopefully look at this and saying, "Oh, this looks really credible," and it does. But for anyone on the inside, to see Andy McNabb punch someone, it's just so out of character. So there were just these moments. So I just thought, casting people in a certain way. There was also Carla, who's one of my admins of my Facebook group, and her role was which I called the snooty Canary Wharf businesswoman. She's just trying to have a quiet drink, and this drunk, sleazy guy just runs up and touches her on the face. So it was a lot of fun. The leading girls, Maria and Graziella, were amazing as well. Maria was obviously, I've known Maria for many years, so she was an obvious choice to get on this because she is an actress. And long story short, but Maria phoned me up one day. She was very excited about this, and she said, "Vaughn, I'm going to have to cancel. I can't be on this because this is just how it goes in life. It never rains, it pours." But as a result, I had to think out of the box. So I had to try and find a replacement for Maria. So I managed to find Graziella, and what a great find she was. So I got in touch with Graziella. She agreed to do it. And then a day later, Maria phones me back and she says, Vaughn, I can do it now. I've managed to move things around. And I was like, oh no, Maria. So I thought about it and I thought, hang on here. Why don't we just use both of them? And that turned out to be the best scenario, because I think everyone who's seen the video will agree that, you know, just the two of them, they look very beautiful and very powerful, and just adds a real extra layer of edge to the video. So I think that was a good, a positive scenario that came from something that was initially not very positive at the time. So, you know, getting them both on was great. I think the biggest challenge with making a music video is trying to make it look like it's not crap, you know, or that it doesn't suck. And I think the reason why a lot of people don't do music videos is because they're very difficult to do. They're also very expensive to do. And I've had to call on from a lot of favors and help from my friends. But I just think Akos, you know, full respect to him, he's just taken something that is in my mind and he's helped manifest it in the most amazing way. And I think if people look at this video, they would hopefully look at it and think it cost a certain amount of money. But I'm happy to say it probably didn't cost as much as what a lot of you thought it would be. And I do want to thank all the people, all the donors, my patrons, and those of you who funded this, and your names are credited at the end of the video, because, you know, without your funding this would have not been possible. I've often said that necessity is the mother of invention, and it's usually when you're faced with a task that you need to accomplish but you don't have the resources. The only way you can accomplish it is to think out of the box, and we did a lot of thinking out of the box in this. But one of my best memories about filming this was we were out in the Docklands here in London, and I think it was Simon Forsyth who pointed out there was a trolley standing on the side of the road, and so we got creative with the trolley. There was a scene where I was walking down the road and we put the trolley, we put the camera in the trolley. I was trying not to laugh because I was like walking, trying to give this like mean swagger, seeing Akos and all the guys pushing this Tesco trolley with the camera on. It was hilarious. And then, of course, another thing that comes to mind was the scene where I fell off the chair at the end. I don't like to say I, because I don't associate with that drunken guy, but where the guy falls off the chair at the end. It's quite. It's a bar stool, so it was quite high. So I think there was some talking to, okay, Vaughn, you're going to fall off a chair onto the floor. You know, you could hurt yourself. And I thought, okay, yeah, maybe if it was 20 years ago, I would have risked it. But this time I just decided, okay. And finally, this is just to show how Akos takes his creativity to the next level. He actually made, this is the bottle we used in the music video. So as you can see, it's actually a bottle, and it says Vaughty London. I laughed because when Akos did the album cover, you know, he had this on the album cover, so I just assumed, like everyone does these days, that it was done on a computer. But no, he's really old school. He went and made a bottle, and I love this. This is an actual Grant's whiskey. So obviously for the video, I'm not as hard as what you think I am. We poured the whiskey out and we filled this up with iced tea, because you can imagine if I was drinking whiskey like that in the video, how pissed I would have been. Probably would have made it more authentic. But this is just another example of Akos's creativity. Akos has been able to help give me and Vaughty a visual identity. And just one more shout out on the Alan Wilder thing. There is the sort of paying homage to my Facebook group. Or a nod to my Facebook group. There's the scene where the guy at the bar goes, "I won't pick up the phone, leave me alone." And as he picks up the phone, it says Alan Wilder on it. And that was a spur of the moment decision while we were filming on set. I was sitting there and I said to the extras, I said, I need a name to flash up on my phone. And I think it was Simon Forsyth once again. He said, "Vaughn, wouldn't it be funny if Alan Wilder phoned you?" And I thought that would be very funny. And the inside joke on the video was, Vaughn sitting at the bar, Alan Wilder phones, and I don't want to speak to him. So I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Once again, I want to thank everyone who was involved, the donors, and, you know, my crew. Guys, thank you so much. I'm absolutely humbled by this, and I'm off to celebrate now. And I also want to say a special shout out to Albany Swinney, who's my sidekick now. I say sidekick, but she actually did the filming of behind the scenes filming, and she produced this little behind the scenes video. So special shout out to her. Lots of love to you all, guys. Thank you.
It's a wrap, everyone. Can we go home now?